Back and thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing the front pages of the papers. You have a story?
Yes, I have the story of the missing girls, or the allegedly missing girls, and the police is saying no reports of Lagos missing girls so far. And this says that despite calls from Nigerians on X.com urging the Lagos State Police Command to investigate the whereabouts of 6 ladies allegedly missing after a house party in Lekki over the weekend. And the report says that the Assistant Commissioner of Police for Area J Command, Moro, which oversees police divisions in Lekki and surrounding areas, Oluyemisi Ojo, disclosed this information to our correspondents on Thursday in response to an inquiry about the allegedly missing ladies. He says that in the less than 1 minute viral video shared on X on December 1st, 2024, features a lady recounting how 7 women were initially invited to a party, with one narrowly escaping after returning to retrieve her forgotten wig. And according to the lady, the time the 7th lady returned, the car had already driven off, leaving her behind. She expressed concerns over the situation, noting that the missing ladies' phones were unreachable and their friends have been unable to make contact. She also described the incident as deeply concerning, that 6 girls in Lekki have gone missing. They were invited to a private house party and no one has heard from them since. And the police, in response to our correspondent's question on Thursday, the police commandant said, Ojo clarified that no one had filed a complaint regarding the 6 missing girls. So it's already in 2 parts.
Why are they waiting for someone to come and
complain? But if nobody complains officially, they can't book it, they can't put it down and know how to act. So it's just like
I remember when my mom does James Bond, just visit me in school, because the parents might not know that
they have gone out. Yes, they are missing.
Oh my God.
Everybody should be careful.
This December.
The Nigerian Customs Service on Thursday gave a 2-week ultimatum to owners of some overtime containers and vehicles to clear them, or else the cargoes will be auctioned. It says that this affects 512 overtime cargoes, which are littered around Lagos ports, including Apapa, Kirikiri Lighter Terminal, Ports and Terminals Multi-Service Limited, and Tinkan Island Ports. He also explained that they are doing this in line with the NCS Act 2023, following a motion of ex parte with file number FHC1 MISC 8262024, dated on the 28th of November 2024. Yes, they're saying that if you don't come after 2 weeks after the ultimatum, 2 weeks ultimatum expires, you will forfeit your container or cargoes to the federal government, and they can do whatever they want to do with this. This is coming months after the Controller General of Customs, Mr. Adewale Adeniyi, inaugurated a committee to dispose of overtime cargoes to fast-track the movement of imported goods and those for export. So if you have your goods there, I know that sometimes what's causing these delays is that people are not able to mop up funds to be able to clear their containers, clear their goods because of how things have happened. But just try to go there, negotiate something, whether it's to spread the payment or whatever, but just take your goods instead of losing the entirety.
But the price fluctuation, I feel so bad for them. Nobody wants to let their products go, if not for what happened.
Yeah, so I have the stories of the retirees, that's the military retirees. My heart always bleeds anytime I see stories like this. Because of the way retirees really suffer after they retire and then, their pension is not being paid. So the military, they said they went there. They said the retired military personnel on Thursday halted activities at the Federal Ministry of Finance in Abuja to protest their unpaid entitlements. They say they went there with their sleeping mats, chairs, canopies. They sat in front of the office there, and they said that this is the reason because government failed to pay the promised 20% to 28% salary increments, and also that the additional 32,000 added on to their pension, federal government hasn't paid that. Also, bulk payments on their security allowance, refund on pension deductions, all have not been paid. And they now said that, when they spoke to one of them, he said, we were made to understand that there is no issue about the approval of our money. Approval has been given, but the Ministry of Finance was the one holding on to our money. That is why we are here. But they are still there. They said they are going to resume back.
Yeah, they are threatened since last week that they were going to stay there. The money
federal government
should be disbursed, please. Moving on to Vanguard, major headline. Tax reform bills are taking that story. Akpabio overrules Barao. In other news, PDP crisis, BoT decries shift of NEC meeting, asks North Central to nominate IU's replacement. 2027, Jonathan's posters with new political platform flood Kanu. netizens on board mainstream energy solution for Nigeria's carbon registry. OPEC extend Nigeria's 1.5 barrels per day oil quota to 2026. Famoruti activists groups plan nationwide protest December 10. Privatization of the power sector, total failure comes from the Senate. Boko Haram, 10,000 people die in military custody. That's from Amnesty International.
Okay, this one has it that Lagos recovers over 500 million from real estate fraudsters. And this is actually saying the Lagos state government said since its establishment of the Real Estate Regulatory Agency, LASRERA, it has recovered over 500 million from over 3,000 petitions received from aggrieved members of the public who were victims of fraudulent practices of some developers. The state government also revealed that the revised state tenancy law, which will be ready in 2025, will safeguard the rights of both landlords and tenants in agreement terms. The special advisor to the governor on housing, Barakat Odunuga Bakari, said this during a media briefing in Alausa, Ikeja. And the commissioner also said, the special advisor rather, Odunuga Bakari, also said that the numerous cases was that one of Alhaji Abdullahi Abayomi Hussaini, who bagged 10 years imprisonment for duping 133 persons, victims in Ajao Estate area of Lagos State. She also added that the building in question had now been confiscated by the state government for the construction of Lagos homes. And this one, she's also rounding it up to say the focus on sustainable development practices is more critical now than ever before, as we are facing growing challenges in managing the increasing demand for housing, addressing environmental concerns, and improving the safety and integrity of our building environments.
Fantastic. Other stories?
Yeah, so I have the story of the Amnesty alleging that the 10,000 died in the Nigerian military detention. And I'm wondering, 10,000 in all this while, I'm sure it's more than that. So they are saying that 10,000 have died in military custody since the onset of Boko Haram insurgency in northeast Nigeria. 10,000 only.
10,000 is a whole lot, oh.
10,000.
Over the span of how many years?
For how many years?
Maybe
only
it's
They
10,000.
died in custody, not like official, but take the story.
Okay.
Let's have the facts.
So, yeah, so they said the Isa Sanusi announced, that's the director of the Amnesty, he announced and the organization filed a case with the International Court of Justice. He's trying to seek justice for them, and then he's now saying that the Nigerian military may have committed crimes against humanity, including murder, extermination, imprisonment, and gender-based persecution, even though they condemned Boko Haram for atrocities such as mass killings, abductions, attacks on schools aimed at deterring education, especially for children. He said that they've been trying to make efforts to obtain comments from the Director of Defense so that they can ascertain the number of people who have died, but that that has been unsuccessful. Calls and emails went unanswered at the time of the filing of this report, and that's the reason why they have gone. He's suing them to court.
Public. Okay.
Yeah, so let's.
There's a gang is happening now where the Senate has begun a probe into the activities of generation companies, GenCos, yes,
power
which
sector.
is good. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, distribution companies, DISCOs, for failing to deliver reliable electricity, describing the power sector as a total failure. It's also strongly criticized the power sector operators, saying they have added no significant value to the sector and threatened to come up with legislative measures in order to take back, in order to total repeal of the policy which has enabled privatization of the sector since 2013, because they feel that Nigerians and citizens have been plunged into darkness since they came about. But something interesting happened whereby something interesting happened, yes, where the committee, the Senate, where the President, the report, the Senator Abaribe, who attributed the President grid failures to factors such as aging infrastructure, abandoning projects worth trillions of naira, regulatory inefficiencies, security lapses, lack of modern monitoring systems such as the SCADA, and inadequate financial oversight, that this was part of the whole thing. But what I found interesting is that whenever the grid collapses, do you guys know how much it takes and how much it took in 2024 for them to revive it? It took them, 42 billion naira.
There's something fishy going on.
Yes, which is, they said approximately $25 million. So, and it collapsed 3 times majorly. And they said that whenever it collapses, that for instance, while running costs for a plant like Azura, Delta, or Shiroro, cost them approximately $105,000. that restarting costs can reach up to $7 million per incident.
There is something fishy going on. It's not our hot topic. We can't delve into it because we're out of time. However, this is even cost on government. We're not talking about the cost on the people who are losing money. Inside everything, we've had the solution, decentralizing this thing, so that if one shuts down, does not affect the others. Once we are able to do this, we'll get the solution. It is not rocket science. We can't solve this problem, and I'm happy the Senate is looking into it. I'll just read the headlines of the Tribune, and then we call it the end for the newspaper review. Nigerian Tribune, major headline, blackouts, Gencos, TCN, Discos in trouble. We've taken that story already. Ibori's daughter, 4 LP federal lawmakers defect to APC. Hot case probe of funds allocated to 17 local governments in Abia from 2019 to 2023. Borno deputy governor, over 100 others escape plane crash. We're happy for them. Federal government launches 20 billion naira consumer credit fund for locally assembled automobile. That's also good news. Well, we can't take any of the stories in Nigerian Tribune, but we'll take a break. When we return, please stay with us. It's Friday. We have a lot to talk about. So we return. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.